Hello, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. And today we're gonna be doing a review on not loving hip hop, not loving hip hop, growing up in hip hop Atlanta. Okay, so I'm gonna just get into it. And okay, so the episode basically starts out with just everybody introducing themselves. I mean, we pretty much know all these people. First, it starts with Bow Wow. He introduces himself. He talks about how he's been in the limelight since he's been a little kid, and that's basically it. And then they introduce Zanique. Zanique, which is T.I. and Tiny's oldest daughter. Is actually Tiny's daughter, and T.I. is her stepfather. Then it goes to Brandon, which I didn't know of. I didn't know who he was, and that is Deb Adney's son, her youngest son, which is Waka Flocka's younger brother. And he's basically, explaining how he's just trying to get out of his parents' shadow, and he's also a vocal coach. Then we get introduced to Reginae. Reginae is Toya and Lil Wayne's daughter. She's a senior in high school now. She's 17. Basically, right now, she thinks she's grown, so we're going to see how this goes. Then the episode goes straight into it, and then they start to go and talk about how, Bow Wow, he's in Atlanta right now, and he's talking to his baby mama. And he's basically telling us in the confessional that he's thinking about rekindling his relationship with his baby mama. And then he was also talking about like all the women he's dated in the industry: Erica Mena, Sierra, Keisha Cole, Rev Run daughter, what's her name, Angela Simmons. So he's basically introducing the episode after everybody's introducing himself and saying, how he's worked with Snoop Dogg and Jermaine Dupri, and how Soulja Boy and him, just made a song overnight. They just did a mixtape or whatever, and it was a little something. And now they're having a mixtape release party, but his baby mama is like, Atlanta's not a good place for you. He's always partying. She's telling him like, you can't focus in Atlanta. Which he was saying, she was saying like, don't go out and party tonight or whatever. But to me, like, if you know he gonna party, like, why would you even bring that up? Like, if you've been with Bow Wow all this time, or you know him all this time, their daughter is like 6, so you know that he gonna go out there and party. So you just might as well let him go out there and party. I get it. Like, I get it. You want him to, calm down, be a father to his child and everything. But if he's going to be out of town and he's a celebrity and he's in Atlanta, his hometown where he blew up at, and all his friends and homies at, and Bow Wow is the type of person, he got to prove something to everybody. So, he's going to be out partying. So, you might as well just let the man go party. And somebody tell me, like, why when he was at his party and, like, him and the girls were in the room, like, what was the point of him throwing a bottle across the room? Like, like, to me, that's so whack. Like, woo, I'm having so much fun. You feel me? Like, child, sit down somewhere, relax. Oh my God. Now moving on to the next scene. We go to the store, and it's 2 people in the store. And those people are Deb Andy's son Brandon and his cousin Brianna. And they basically talking about how, like, I guess he got a notification on his phone about, Bow Wow, in Atlanta partying or whatever. And they just talking about how, Atlanta bring the thought out of you or whatever. I think that was just, to get the conversation going, Sorry about that. Her name is Ayana, and her father is DJ Hurricane from the Beastie Boys. I know who the Beastie Boys was, but I guess I'm young. I guess I'm young. A little too young to know who all these people is, but that's who she is. So she grew up privileged too, getting everything she wanted, basically spoiled. And she was talking about how, like, she didn't, when she introduced herself, she was talking about she didn't know, when she was younger, it was being spoiled. She was just, thought that's what you're supposed to do. But now that she getting older, she don't have to do things on her own. She ended up quitting her job, and now she's starting her own fashion line. Then the episode basically goes on to Brandon going to Zanique's house, Zanique and Tiny's house, to give her voice lessons. Basically saying, they was Zanique mom, Tiny, she was basically saying how Zanique been getting better, you know, she been getting better since she been working with Brandon. But during their little session, whatchamacallit, Reginae kept texting her, what you gonna get to that? She kept texting her, whatever. And she just basically, like, kind of blew off her voice lesson with Brandon for Reginae, which I understand, you know, that's your best friend, you know, I get it. But at the same time, this is your career, you know. To me, I feel like if this is your career, you gotta focus a little bit more on your career than your best friend. I get it. I mean, the situation with Lil Wayne and, you know, basically the situation with Lil Wayne and him saying the whole Black Lives Matter thing, to me, Reginae is kind of going a little overboard. I understand that's your daddy and y'all in the limelight or whatever, but he is a grown ass man. Like, you can't be running to his defense. He the one supposed to be protecting you. If you say something out of line, if somebody coming after you, that's when he jump in. But it's not the opposite, you know. It's not the opposite. So to me, I feel like Reginae kind of blew it out of proportion, and then she like basically texting Zanique back to back, and she in practice, and Zanique can't even get 2 notes out. And I understand Brandon getting mad, but at the same time, playing devil's advocate, Brandon need to chill out too, because that's your paycheck. Like, you still gonna get a paycheck at the end of the day. So if she want to play around, I get it, because he's saying he don't want his name attached to anything bad. Like, if she fucking up in the studio and she put out some badass music, he don't want his name attached to it. But at the end of the day, like, you if you know how to do your job, you gonna do your job. You need to do your job, you know, tell him, you know, okay, make another appointment, do what you gotta do. But to me, I feel like he's kind of unprofessional. Feel me? I know I'm jumping all over the place, but then Bow Wow went to Jermaine Dupri and he was talking to him. Basically, I mean, he was talking to him about he wanted to do his last album. Jermaine Dupri was telling him that, look, you gotta be serious, you know, you ain't ready for this yet. You can't just be putting out sporadic stuff or whatever. And Bow Wow was basically saying that he wanted to dedicate this last album to his daughter, and basically that's that. Then, to me, with the Zanique and Reginae situation, I used to watch them when they was the OMG girls. Like, I used to like their music. I had followed their Instagram. Like, I really like me some OMG girls. Like, they was cute. I remember Reginae got kicked out or something like that. But when Tiny and Toya had their show, that's the first time I ever seen them. And I understand why they best friends. They've been best friends since, well, their parents been friends since they was so little, you know. And when they meet up, you know, like when Zanique and Reginae meet up, Reginae was, you know, basically telling Zanique about the situation. Zanique had already talked to her mom about it, but Zanique was telling Reginae, like, let's just stay out of it. You know, Reginae, you know, she was like, oh, I'm protective of my daddy or whatever. But she was like, you know, that's between your daddy and my daddy. You know, but T.I. had said, you know, something to Lil Wayne, you know, about that's not right or whatever. And they all did feel the same thing, like, oh, T.I. should have called him or whatever. But whatever. My thing is, I agree with Zanique. Like, let's just stay out of it. Me and you as friends, you know, we don't want anything to mess up our relationship. But if you look at Reginae, she was looking like maybe if I feel like it, I might not say nothing. But to me, that's messed up. Like, you shouldn't do that, especially if that's been your friend since you was little. To me, that makes me feel like, you know, you don't really cherish your friendship, you know, with your friend like you say you do. Oh, I meant to say, like, when y'all remember, okay, when Reginae, she got on there, right? And she was saying, you know, she was in the little skate park with her daddy or whatever. And she was saying how she can walk in the house and see Drake or Nicki Minaj. Did y'all see that picture they put up there? Nicki Minaj, like, girl, cut it out. Like, wow, who put that ugly picture? Like, it looked like Nicki Minaj first had surgery and everything was swollen. Like, that is so messed up. They could have chose a better picture than that. Like, Bow Wow, get it together. Whoever they producers is, get it together. That was messed up how y'all did Nicki and put that ugly picture up there. Okay, so then we get to Bow Wow and the Brat going to Jermaine Dupri house. Now, I did not know that Jermaine Dupri had like a teenage daughter. I really did not know, and she's pretty. Her name is Shania, and I think she's gonna be a part of this show as well. You know, I think she's gonna be like a little intricate part of the show. I'm not sure yet, but I think she is. She pretty. They basically talk about her going to, you know, his release party or whatever, and Jermaine Dupri don't really want her to go. And Bow Wow was like, "Well, you let me go, you know, when I was underage to, you know, clubs and stuff." And he was like, "Oh, it's different because she a girl or whatever." But Bow Wow was saying that, you know, Bow Wow in the back was saying that they got her, you know, like the girl don't drink, the girl don't cuss, the girl don't smoke or whatever. So she should be good with them. You feel me? So we gonna see when we get to this party. Oh yeah, not to mention, Shania was basically saying, you know, the regular, you know, she a kid growing up in hip hop. She met a lot of celebrities, which they all do, and she was also saying that, you know, Bow Wow was like a big brother to her. Jermaine Dupri took him in when she was like 3 years old, so he basically been there with her for her whole life. Okay, so basically we're gonna just skip on to the party, like. So the listening party, it was all good, you feel me? Bow Wow was chilling there. Zonique came through. Brandon was there. Deb Abney came. The Brad, Shania. Right? So then Bow Wow started seeing, you feel me, all these people. I guess he had beef with somebody or whatever. So they came through. Like, he was out there announcing it to everybody. So you announcing to everybody, yeah, your haters might just come through, but you should have had that, you feel me, in check at the door. Like, you should have told all the people, like, if you know you in Atlanta, you got beef for somebody, you should have made sure you had a meeting with the security guards and told them, like, if you see this person, at least this person right here, or these people, or this group of people, don't let them in. No, they can't get in. I don't care if they paying or whatever. They can't come in. You feel me? That's what I would have did, especially me being a celebrity and you paying all these people to be your security guards. You might as well. They get in there, you feel me, and they all, like, the guys all spread it out, whatever. They got their face covered in the thing. So they basically, Bow Wow realized who it is, and he over here talking about, oh, y'all got y'all guns. The Brad over here like, oh, I ain't got my gun. You got your gun, and everybody talking about, oh, they got their guns and stuff. But to me, I feel like that's fucked up because y'all just took Jermaine Dupri daughter out. You feel me? Y'all took her out. If anything happened to her, you feel me? Y'all are accountable for that child, especially because she's underage. You know, especially because she's underage and she ain't even really technically supposed to be there like that anyways, you know. So if anything happened to her, that's fucked up. And Bow Wow over here like, oh yeah, I flip out, have a shootout and all this. But to me, like, damn, you forgetting that, oh, you got somebody's child with you. You can't replace nobody's child. Like, that's messed up to me. I feel like he wasn't thinking about that. The Brad, she wasn't really thinking. She was thinking about it, but I don't think she was thinking about it like that. They was kind of so hot-headed that they forgot. And then Zonique came, and, you know, Brandon had a little attitude with her because he was like, she ain't even apologize to him or nothing about walking out on him earlier or whatever. So she went over there to talk to him, to be a little cordial. Brandon was like, you know, this is not really the environment for that, but I'm gonna be cordial. Then he was a little embarrassed because Deb Abney came to the party, and he was like, oh, ain't nobody else parents here. But to me, like, he ain't even that old. Like, he ain't even like that young to feel embarrassed. Like, he's like 26. So if you go to the club with your mama, or if your mama come to the club with you, it's not that serious. I've been to the club with my mama before. Like, I guess it's different for boys, but it's not that serious. He was like, oh, don't be doing that embarrassing or twerking and all that. When have y'all ever heard a Deb Abney twerking? If y'all can find a video, send it to me, please. Like, Deb Abney ain't gonna be twerking or none of that to embarrass you. She probably just coming to show Bow Wow some support. Then Zonique was wondering where Reginae was. Reginae's mom said she couldn't go because she was 17. She wasn't 18 yet, so she didn't need to be there. And Zonique was texting Zonique was texting Reginae. Reginae and Toya was out on like a mommy-daughter date, and they was talking about the whole Black Lives Matter thing and about T.I. responding to Lil Wayne. And Reginae's mom, Toya, was basically saying, like, Reginae, don't get into it. Like, don't say nothing back because that's between two grown-ass men. Which she was right. Reginae need to learn her place. Like, yes, I understand you want to defend your daddy, but you can't fight all your daddy battles, especially if that's supposed to be a person that you're supposed to be respecting. Like, that's supposed to be like an uncle to you, basically. Like, you and Johnny is like, that's supposed to be uncle. Would you disrespect your uncle? Like, let your daddy do that. If your daddy and him beefing, let them go through that together, and they can get over that together. But you don't get in the middle of it, because once you get in the middle of it, like our mama said, it turns into something totally different. It gets out of hand, you know? So I feel like she shouldn't have, and then when her mom like went to the bathroom, whatever, she actually responded. Like, everybody telling you don't respond, it's gonna start something even bigger, and now you just responded. So it's like you looking to start something. To me, like, it looked like you looking to start something, like you looking to stir the pot. Like, to me, it's like she one of them people who can't help herself. Like, I love Regina. To me, even though she's spoiled and everybody, you know, it's like a love-hate thing. Like, I like her, but I don't know. But she was like, you know, like, to me, she just out of place. Like, she be out of line, you know. She be out of line too much. And her mom was trying to explain to her, I think, earlier in the episode, she was trying to explain to her, like, you know, you need to clean your room, you know, I'm trying to get you to do stuff. And she was saying, you know, she was the one that, Toya is the one that kind of is a bad parent. Like, she'll say no to Regina, you feel me? But Regina had her this thing in her head. She was like, you know, I live on the whole 4th floor. Like, you ain't even got to come up there if you don't want to or whatever. But to me, it's just like, girl, just do what your mama say. Like, you're going to be out the house in another couple months or whatever. Relax, you feel me? So, okay, y'all. So that's basically it. That's what happened on Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta, episode 1. If you like this, hit that like button. Comment. Tell me how y'all feel. Do y'all agree with what I'm saying? Do y'all not agree with what I'm saying? Subscribe. Press that notification bell so you can see when my new videos are coming out. I've been fell off for a little bit, but I'm back now. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.